everyone, so welcome to my baby bib tutorial. Today we will be making baby bibs. Definitely a beginner project. You don't need any really fancy gadgets besides a sewing machine to make these bibs. I've used these not just for bibs, but I've also used them as like a burp cloth as well, and they really hold up well in the washing machine. So to get started, here is all of the things that you need to make these bibs. So first you need a sewing machine, you need a spool of all-purpose thread, you need a good pair of scissors, some pins, some good old handy-dandy starch, your bib outline, an iron. And this isn't mandatory. I'm sure that there's other ways to go about having a fastener. You can apply a ribbon or you can use Velcro, but I actually like to add snaps to my bibs. At first I was using metal ones and then I realized that those probably aren't baby friendly. You want to make sure that whatever you're using will break apart if the baby gets it caught on something, just, you know, to avoid a choking hazard. So I use the plastic clips and these are baby approved. First I got one that was a lot cheaper. I think it was about like $6 or $7. And it did not work. It was such a pain in the bum to use. And then I ended up going, I think I went to Walmart and I got this whole set for about $20 and it was the best thing that I ever did. It's so easy to just clamp them right on. I will show you how to do that later on in the video, but I definitely suggest if you're gonna make a ton of bibs, after like 5 bibs, it's totally worth it. It pays for itself. Alrighty, and last but definitely not least, you pretty much can't make this item without this. You need fabric. So what I suggest is when you go get your fabrics cut, ask for minimum 1/3. 1/3 is perfect. You can fold the fabric either way, and you can cut out your pattern to be perfect in any direction that you need it to be in. So here I have some extra fabrics. I am going to be using this as the front. What I like to do is choose like a cotton. It seems to be slightly water resistant, which is nice. For a bib, I kind of want to be able to like wipe it away, especially when Cooper starts to eat. For the backing of the bib, I usually go between 2 different types. This right here to the left is a fleece. And this I like to use for winter. And then for this any other time of the year, I like to use this flannel. This is going to make a thinner bib, still going to have some body to it and structure, but it's going to be thinner. So the first thing that you want to do is you want your fabric to be ironed. You want to take your starch and you want to shake it and you want to starch up your fabric. Then you want to take your iron Alrighty, so here we have our fabric that has no creases in it, and we have our outline. What you want to do is you want to fold your fabric over like that. Now you want to make sure that this part is at the fold of your fabric. If you put it here, you're going to end up with 2 pieces, but because this is folded and you're not going to cut here, you're going to end up with a full bib. And take one of your pins and just pin it into place. Just like that. And then if you want to, for good measure, you can pin one here. So now you're going to cut out your pattern. And continue to cut. I tend to sew a certain way where having more benefits me. So it's okay if you just want to cut with like a 1/2 inch extra. You can remove your pins. And you have your bib piece. I'm going to open up our flannel. Kind of repeat the process. Now we are going to fold this again. And instead of using the outline, I'm going to use the fabric that I cut already so that they are more or less identical. So we're going to do that. And I'm going to pin it. So for this, you are going to open. Hello, bib. And then you want to have your bib lay on top of the other bib with the top part on the inside, if that makes sense. So you want it to be upside down. So you want your actual fabric to be on the inside, just like this. Okay? Because you're gonna flip this inside out, or right side in, I guess, once you have sewed around the perimeter. So we are going to iron this one more time, just to make sure. Pin it a little further in, like that. Cool. And then I pin one here, here, and one here at the tip. Okay, so here we are. We are ready for our sewing machine. Alrighty, so right now I am set up with white thread. I'm just gonna get rid of the white thread and put in the navy. This step right here, you will get directions with your sewing machine. I have a Brother JX2517 sewing machine. I don't really know anything about sewing machines. I just know that this one was in a decent price range, and it came with a lot of the ability to do a lot of things as well as stitches. Great first machine, like absolutely amazing. All right, so bear with me while I do this step. Okay, put that back in. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our bib, and I like to start on, so here's the bib, right? This is the thing that goes around the neck. I like to start halfway through one side because you're going to leave a gap about 2 inches wide because you need to be able to flip this right side in. So you're gonna leave a gap. I also like to, as you can see here, I like to give myself enough room on this side. Oh, let me see if I can turn my machine. I like to give myself enough room here so that at the next step I will show you, it will grab the fabric. This is all really confusing right now if you have never sewed before, but you'll see what I do. So I'm going to start probably about 2 inches above the turn of the bottom. If you guys have any questions, I know I'm not like explaining this the best of my ability, but if you have any specific questions or you're confused about parts, just message me. Either comment below or message me like through YouTube and I'll be able to help you. So I'm gonna drop my foot and I'm going to do a straight stitch. Let's do a size 8 straight stitch going around. You're just gonna go around the, what is happening? Oh, nothing, okay. You're just gonna go around the bib and do an outline. And now we are back to our other side, as you can see here. That's where it started. So I'm gonna give myself, once again, about 2.5 inches. So you have the bib sewn around, and you have a space, as you can see. So the next thing that you want to do is you can now remove the pins because you don't need them anymore. Your fabric will stay in place because you've sewn around it. And what I like to do, it's probably not necessary, but what I like to do is I like to go around the bib and just cut off any excess that's like really wide. So make sure that you don't get your stitch. You don't want to cut that because then you're gonna have a hole. Now it's the fun part. Now it's time to go to your opening and to go like this and flip it. You're gonna flip it inside out. So I like to go to each of the neck pieces first and just flip those out. Just seems to be easier. And then I go to this one. And I flip this one out. So you want to put your hand back in it and you want to just go around the edges and make sure that you've opened up all the fabric. Okay, so I'm not going to show this step, but what you want to do is you want to take your now made bib and you want to go and iron it again. Okay, so I have ironed my bib. As you can see, it's a lot more flat. The opening that you have, the opening is right here, and as you can see, it goes like that. So what you want to do is you want to fold in the pieces of fabric and you want to try to hide that part. So as you can see now, it looks like I had stitched it even though there's a hole. You want to take that like that in between your fingers and you want to pin it so that it's holding those pieces together. That way when you go around with your top stitch, the inside gets caught and you won't have a hole anymore in your fabric. So this is what it looks like up to this step. Boom. You can use a variety of different stitches as top stitches. My personal preference is a zigzag stitch. I just think it looks really cute. So I like to start also at the top of one of the neck pieces. So this part will get hidden when you clasp it. So I like to start at the top. So you want to have this stitch meet, and then what I do is I pull out enough of the thread to where I can take the two pieces on the top and knot it twice. And then I take the two pieces at the bottom, knot one, and make another knot. Cool. And then cut those off. Woohoo! Guys, now you have, take the pin out and you have your bib. So that's what it looks like. So the only step that you're missing now is you need to have something placed so that you can attach the bib. What I'm going to show you now is how to attach a clasp, how easy it is to attach a clasp to this bib. So step one, you are going to lay over your ends how you would like them. So I want mine to look like this. Then you are going to figure out where you would like your top one to go. So boom, I want my top one to be like right there. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to push it through very simply like that. And then, so this is going to be my top piece. So I want my top piece to be the female part. So here's the little female part, and I want it to sit on top of here like this. So I'm going to then take this little drill thing, and I'm going to put the top part in here. Just like that. Then I'm going to push down, clamp really hard. If you notice that your clasps don't like clip well, it's because you didn't push down hard enough. So here we go. Look, how easy was that, guys? I have the top part. I'm going to do this again, so I want this to look like that. Cool. So then I'm going to take this one, the bottom part, and I'm going to push it through like that. And then I'm going to take this one and put this on top. Do the same thing here. Squeeze. Ooh. And now I have the bottom part. And look, I have a clasp. So here you go, guys. Here's my bib.